Hey folks, as you saw on day one of our western South Dakota prairie turkey hunt, the conditions were a little bit tough, and by God, the birds, they just flat give us a slip no matter what we tried to do there. With that, day two dawned with a lot nicer day. We set up in a different area in a blind, obviously helps with the camera. We did intercept the birds. They knew darn sure we were there. They'd respond a little bit, but we just could not pull them in. With that being said, scratching our heads there as they topped a hill, I came up with the concept of, being that they went over a hill, they had the high ground the previous day. By doing so, they gave us the high ground. And what we did is we literally snuck up on these birds. And by doing so, we kind of took a real cautious approach because they knew we were there. And I topped a ridge 3 different times until we got sight of the birds. And it so happened that they were in a very corner of a fence line. So that allowed us the advantage of knowing exactly where they were. We found that fence line on the opposite side of the hill, followed it up. By God, they were there. And it's kind of an exciting way to hunt, unconventional at best, but effective, is we literally jumped up over the hill, charged the birds, and with the prairie situation, you get 2 tags. So we actually had 2 toms that we could kill. The birds were tightly clustered in that corner, and with that, when I popped over the hill, we're actually able to cycle a couple of rounds of the Fiocchi Golden Turkeys through the new SAR SAX 700 and bagged 2 of the birds. I couldn't have asked for a better result, particularly after a tough day one. Stick around, check out all the action.
With a piece in my hand and bloodshot eyes, I walked to the water for a last goodbye. He begged so much, it clouded my mind. One thing's clear, the man's gotta die. Night makes right, so he said, when he held all the keys over our head. I lived in that grip, but now he'll learn at the end with the tables turned. Lord, forgive me, take me on down the river where the guilt can't find a red-handed sinner, on where the grave can't cry out, 'cause I done wrong. Down the river with a hand on a Colt and a finger on the trigger, and before dawn they try to fight.
That bird's definitely much bigger. Well, what we've been doing all morning is sitting in a ground blind, watching birds a couple hundred yards away, and it looks to me like they're using these ridges so they can see on both sides because this country's so open. And they eventually had left, and we popped over 2 other spots, and they went there. And we had not close enough, and we'd seen them kind of down in this corner. I believe that's where we were looking at them initially. So we come over here and popped over, and just kind of literally took about 10-12 steps on a rush and popped over the hill, and you know, caught them off guard and was able to stroke a couple down here. But we got her done. All right. Another quick note here as we tag these birds is the season runs quite long, so there's plenty of time to do this. And the nice thing about that is starting April 11th, we can have snow on the ground or potentially spring blizzards in that period. And also, these birds are not necessarily easy to get, especially I found out here on the prairie. That gives you a few different shots to come out, you know. Exactly. Yeah. So that's pretty generous as far as the season goes, I think.
Yeah. Gives you plenty of time to get out and enjoy the outdoors.
Exactly. And if you don't get your bird, it's a good reason to come out here because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Alrighty. It's gonna look good with blood on it. Over in May. There we go. Bird number 2. Wasn't the straightest job in the world, but it'll work.